Hey folks, welcome to 50 Plus Life 360, where Mr. Chubby and Mrs. Tammy are hoping we are your home for home tours. I've almost made that a thing now. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Welcome to all our new subscribers. And a lot of you guys watching aren't even subscribed. So subscribe if you like home tours. We do tiny homes, single wides, double wides. And here recently, we've been doing some stick built homes that are as affordable because they come on a lot with some land. They're as affordable as some of these tiny home park models by the time you buy the land and dig a septic and get water, well, power, driveway, clearing, all that stuff. So that's what we're doing today again. Now, the one we're going to show you today, don't freak out, guys. It's a little bit more pricey than what we normally do. But we know that our audience is growing. I've been watching the statistics, and a lot of you younger folks are starting to watch, and you have families. So you might be in the market for something that's affordable, but it's a little bit bigger than a tiny home. So that's what we're going to show you today. We're in Chipley, Florida. We're only about 20 to 30 minutes away from the beach, and we're going to show you a piece of real estate. Now, this home is on just over a quarter-acre lot, and you're 20 to 30 minutes away from the beach. Not very far from Panama City, Lynn Haven, and you go another way, you're over in Defuniak Springs, you go another way, it's a beautiful part of Florida. You're inland, so you don't have to worry so much about the hurricanes, but you're not right on the beach. But also in this area, a lot of recreation. This neighborhood is called Sunny Hills, and it has a boat lake, it's called Boat Lake, and it's a boat lake park, recreation area where you can go swimming and hanging out in the sun, and you don't have to go to the beach. But there's fishing, there's boating, there's kayaking, there's hiking. Mrs. Tammy and I have been on a lot of hikes lately since we've been in Florida, trying to vacation, but we're still filming homes. So anyway, this house, we're going to get inside and show you here in just a second, but it is presented by Christy Basinger of Right Now Real Estate. And I'm going to put her number right here so you guys can have her phone number, and we'll put it in the contact information as well. Mrs. Tammy and Mr. Chubby here, we're not realtors. We're just representing ourselves, just going on home tours because we love looking at houses. And we're trying to give you some ideas, let you look at designs, let you look at all that stuff in case you can't get out there and do as much as we do. So we thank you for joining us. Mrs. Tammy's going to walk around, show you the outside, and then I'll meet you inside the home and we'll do an interior tour. So I'll see you in just a few minutes.
They're rolling through the country in a big old van with a GoPro, a dream, and a downsizing plan. Mrs. Tammy points, look at that storage stair. Mr. Chubby stuck in a loft with half his derriere. Mini splits humming, solar panels shine, hangover bars hanging just fine. Compost and toilets in a barn door glide. Tiny home tours, it's a wild small ride. The kitchen's got a sink, but it's 3 feet wide, and the couch folds down for a bed inside. Look at these drawers, they pull and they tuck. Mr. Chubby's whispering, we need a lot of luck, but the freedom's calling. It's a gypsy's tune. Underneath the stars or the harvest moon. Mini splits humming, solar panels shine, hangover bars hanging just fine. Wheels on the ground, it's a dream to steer. Tiny home tours, the frontier is here. No picket fences, no two-car drive, just open road and a will to survive. The world's your backyard, the rent is free, in a home that's as small as a memory. Mini splits humming, solar panels shine, hangover bars hanging just fine. Composted toilets and return to song. Tiny home tour, where you belong.
Folks, welcome inside. Now, told you in the introduction, this is a little pricier than what we normally tour, but this is one of the first you saw when you went outside. This has got a 2-car garage. So you get a garage. Awesome. So hang in there. We'll tell you the price. But first, we're going to do this interior tour. I am standing in the main entry hallway. This hallway is about 3 foot wide. It is one of those halls. This house is set up where the front of the house, you've got 2 bedrooms and a bath. As soon as you walk in the door, And then you go to the back of the house to get to your living area and your kitchen and your dining and everything else in your primary bedroom. But this hall is 21 foot, 5 inches long, and like I said, almost 4 foot wide. Ignore these exterior doorknobs. These are just builder stuff they put in here to keep the place secure until you get the keys to your house and you'll get your own doorknobs. Now we're gonna go right this way, and I should have thought to turn on the light here. There we go. To the front bedroom of the home. And I'm gonna let Miss Tammy go in there and I will show you around. Now, as you're walking around this house, we've got luxury vinyl plank flooring. We've got 9-foot ceilings. We've got LED lighting throughout. Your HVAC vents are in the ceiling because this is a slab home. This front bedroom is 10 foot 4 by 10 foot 10. Now, I didn't include this little foyer area where your door comes in, but you also get your own closet. I'll open the door for you folks so Miss Tammy doesn't have to. Neat thing about this home, it's made by Solera Builders. That one thing we noticed, they put lights in every closet. And you get closet made in there as well. Now this home has not been prepped and cleaned and doesn't have all the finished trim done. So don't fault us for that. It's just the builder has to come back after the new year and do some cleaning, trim work, and things like that. As soon as you come out of that front bedroom, you go into the hall bathroom. That hall bathroom is 5 foot wide and 9 foot 5 deep. It's got a bathtub shower unit with, I believe that's about a 3-piece, and with a very unique look and a little narrow shelf all along. And you are finished with quartz countertops, and you get the black mat faucets. You see the tub spout is not put in, elongated chair height toilet, and you get the nice cabinetry, which we'll highlight in the kitchen, but it is soft closed doors, and the same countertop that is in the kitchen. And there'll be a mirror here. The mirror is sitting in there in the primary, or in the great room, but that'll be in here before you buy the house, because one of our viewers is going to buy this house. I'll make that pronouncement. Now, we have a second bedroom. I'm calling this bedroom number 3. This one is just a hair bit bigger than the front one. This one is 10 foot 5 and it's 10 foot 10 this way. It has its own closet. It has its own hookup again for television, cable, whatever you might run outside. And that closet is 2 foot 2 by 6 foot 6. So the closet is 1 inch longer and the bedroom is 1 inch wider than the other one. So you end up with about 2 square foot bigger in this bedroom than you do the front one. It has its own window. These are high energy efficient windows, very nice windows. But you can imagine putting your grandchildren here in these rooms, your children up at the front of the house, away from all the hubbub of the great room. They could be in here playing while you're watching a cozy movie at night or something. You don't hear them as much. So finished in Craftsman style molding throughout this house, the sanded 4-side type molding throughout, and we go down this expansive hallway. Now, I don't know, Miss Tammy, do you want to do the utility room and everything first before we get to the rest of the house? Miss Tammy's going to walk you in. I'll go in so I can get these other doors open. I like that this is tucked away here off to the opposite side of the hallway, but you get a large laundry space. This space is 6 foot 5 wide across here. So you can fit a washer and dryer and then have some bonus space in this width, because your washers and dryers are usually 30, 32 inches wide, and they still give you another foot and a half of space to put something else. And you get a little hallway here, and then your HVAC system, air exchanger is in here. And that little closet for anybody that might be curious is 2 foot 9 by 3 foot 5. Not that you worry too much about that. But as we talked about at the onset, you have essentially a 20 by 20 2-car garage that is finished. Has LED lights, has your attic access, and your water heater is out here. But it is finished, and another cool feature, your panel box is out here in your garage. Keeps it away from your sleeping areas and all of those things. I think we'll go towards the primary bedroom, and then we'll come back and do the kitchen, dining, and great room. All right. As you finish coming down the hallway, you go to your left, and you go straight to the primary bedroom. Now, this primary bedroom has, again, its own ceiling fan, its own window. That is an expansive window. This primary bedroom is 12'4" by 13'6", and it's really neat. One thing I would have done different if I had been building this house, the way this door opens, your light switches are back here. The door opens, it sort of hinders the light switch. So if you're walking in the room with the door open, you would want to turn on the light here, but instead you've got to kind of walk around to turn your lights on. I don't know, it just kind of bothers me a bit. But you get a little hallway here that goes to your bathroom and to your closet. And your closet is here to your right, my left. And it has its own air conditioning. It's such a big closet. That closet, 5 foot by 8'7", and nice closet made all around. And these homes are builder homes. You know, a builder builds them. You can come in, put your own designer closet organization in here if you'd like. No big deal. But that's just what it comes with. And I'll let Mrs. Tammy go into the primary bathroom, which is just there. You grab your clothes, you go into the bathroom, you get cleaned up, get dressed, take a shower. That bathroom is 5 foot by 12'3" across. Comes with that tiled shower with the glass door, and it's built-in towel holder, built-in shelf. Again, finished in that matte black finish as all the fixtures are in this home. Elongated chair height toilet, and the toilet shower area is separated by a little bulkhead, and then you get a vanity, which is very close approaching a 5 foot vanity, 60-inch vanity, and it gets the nice single lever faucets and plenty of space in this vanity. It's a dual vanity with the same quartz countertop that we're going to see in the kitchen and the same cabinets in the other bathroom, soft close, but you do have counter space each side of that undermount sink that you can place items as you would like.
I would probably recommend, because there is no drawers on these, I don't think. No, those are stationary. I would definitely recommend all the space above the toilet, that you utilize that for a nice cabinet.
Yeah, you could put a very, very expansive cabinet space here.
Right, maybe even a 36-inch upper would fit nicely right there.
Yeah. And again, this one doesn't have the mirror. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Doesn't have the mirror over the vanity. The mirrors are out here in the great room. They haven't mounted them yet. The builders have to come back after first year and do their finishing and other things like that. But this great room is rather large as you come into it. Now, they haven't finished this section. If you watch our other video, which I'll put a link up in the right here, to the other home by Solera Builders that Mrs. Basinger has listed. They finished that in a nice wooden look, pickled wooden look, and I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing here. But the great room, let me give you that dimension. We won't talk too much about the great room. The nice ceiling fan, it's just a huge open space to configure how you would like. This great room is 16'2" to the counter and 13'2" wide. So you could configure this pretty much how you want it. Now, they did put the connection for your TV there, but nowadays there's not as many people that hook up to actual cable or satellite. A lot of people just do your internet TV, so you can put your TV anywhere you want. It's connected to Wi-Fi. And here's your remote control for your ceiling fan right there in that area.
Over on that wall is where I'd put it, right there.
Yeah, Miss Tammy would put her TV here, and that way where you guys are at, where your backs are, you can put an L-shaped big, huge sofa here if you would like, and just lounge and watch the TV there, and that's pretty cool. So you do have a bar to eat at here. So, but before you kind of freak out and say, well, that's a big, great room, but I'm gonna have to put a table somewhere. There is a dining space, and we'll show you that in a second. But right here is your kitchen. And now this is a compact, small galley kitchen.
Honestly, dear, if you set it up properly, you may be able to sit yourself a 6-seater table here in front of the bar and still have that breakfast area over
There's
there.
a breakfast nook. Yeah, you can do that.
Because if you put that L-shaped couch here, that's all you need is an L shape and maybe a
Coffee
end
table.
table on each side.
Yeah.
And a coffee table.
Yeah, you could do that and put a diner right there, a dinette or something there, and then still have this bar. This bar, or island as we would call it, is 3'6" wide, 7'4" long, finished in this beautiful quartz, real thick, heavy quartz. We do have a apron style stainless sink. This is one of those fancy sinks that comes with a cutting board and the racks and the vegetable washing station, and you get commercial style Springer faucet sprayer here. And you get, again, your soft close cabinets. You get one drawer. That's my other pet peeve about this home. The kitchen only gives me one drawer.
At least it's a big drawer.
And it is a wide drawer. That is that's a 30-inch cabinet there. Now, you will see spots for appliances. Your kitchen triangle is right here. Refrigerator, stove, dishwasher, sink. Everything's right here, galley-style kitchen. The pantry is behind you. We'll talk about the pantry in a second. I want to talk about these appliances. There are no appliances in this home, but the seller is giving a credit. It's your choice, $10,000 for whatever you want to buy, whether you want it to go towards closing costs or whether you want it to go to an appliance package. But you also, plus on top of the $10,000, you get your choice of one item. You can either get a GE refrigerator, or you can get a washer and dryer unit set, or you can get faux wood blinds throughout the house. Now notice the tall 36-inch cabinets with the crown molding at the top throughout this home, throughout this small kitchen. And your pantry behind you, I didn't talk about that, but I will before we leave, is 2'3" by 2'8". Yes.
I wonder if you could use that $10,000 towards a fence, if you'd like a fence in the backyard.
The way it was put to me, towards anything you'd like. But
wow.
You could put a fence in the lot if you want, I guess, with it, however you would want. It is a credit. Those real estate transactions, depending on how it works in Florida, that has to show up a certain way. I don't know. I'm not a realtor.
Sure.
So talk about that with the realtors. And you should always get your own realtor to represent you. This does have this large cabinet here for trash, recyclables, however you want to do it.
Or trash and trash.
Or trash and trash. Or whatever you want. Now, you want to show that pantry behind you real quick before we go on? 2'3" by 2'8" with the closet-made shelving.
Is there a light in this pantry or no?
No. No light in the pantry.
Oh.
But you got
put a light in everything else?
light right above you, so I think it's probably plenty good. As long as the light's on in the kitchen. If it's dark and you want a midnight snack, maybe not having a light in the pantry is a good thing.
That's fine.
But again, as I mentioned earlier, you do have this area here. This is a 6' by 9' space that you can use for dining, or you could use it, as Mrs. Tammy indicated earlier, you could use this area for
breakfast nook?
A breakfast nook. So
or if you are a gamer, or if you need a home office, you can put it where Mr. Chubby is standing right there.
Yeah, put your desk here. But it's 6 foot from here at the edge of where the refrigerator is going to be to there. It's a little wider in this space. So you can put a table with a chair that slides out into this area. So it's no big deal. Mm-hmm. But I'm just giving you the minimum measurement is 6 foot, 9 foot to the door. So that's this. Now, I hope you guys noticed on the exterior tour, we got those 3-dimensional shingles on the house. We got vinyl siding. We got, I think it's the board and batten look on the front and the standard vinyl siding here. Beautiful greenish look color. But you do have a patio out there that's a 5 foot this way by 11 foot patio covered. You can put you some furniture out there, put your grill out there. You're right away off from the kitchen, and you can just pop in and out as you're grilling and bring your food in and get the family fed. We got the nice energy efficient windows in this one with the window sills, which is becoming a thing of the past slowly. And just an expansive house on a little over a 1/4 acre lot. As we started the introduction at the back of the property, Mrs. Tammy was excited about the air ferns that are out there. saying if you owned this house, you could go into business with air ferns. So I wasn't even sure what an air fern was. So guys, that's the house. Again, this house is in Chipley, Florida. As we mentioned, it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,262 square feet. This place is called Sunny Hills, and this is unit 1. There's multiple units, and it's near Boat Lake Swim and Recreational Facility. As I said, fishing, hiking, anything you want to do. This place, with all the amenity, doesn't have a homeowners association fee. So you don't have to worry about that. A lot of folks in our last few videos of stick-built homes have asked about taxes. I mentioned in our last video, taxes depend on your personal situation in Florida. Florida has homestead exemption if it's your primary residence. Florida also has different discounted rates or no rates for whether disability, retired, whatever, over 65, whatever the case may be, senior citizen, whatever you want to call it. Florida with no income tax is a benefit. And also, Florida currently is in the process of discussing within the legislature possibly just removing property tax for primary residences. So that would be a boon to the state, a boon to the citizens of the great state of Florida. And again, this home is presented by Christy Basinger of Right Now Real Estate, and her phone number is going to be right here at the bottom, 850-849-7667. We are at 2349 Duma Jack Road in Chipley, Florida. And I'll put the address in here as well. And for all you guys that haven't supported us yet with your thumbs up and your sharing and your subscribing and your ringing the notification bell, go ahead and do that now before we give you the price. Because we get a lot of people that watch our videos, but less than half of you guys are subscribed. So if you like these tours and want to keep up to date, just subscribe and ring that bell. And before we get out of here, I am going to give you the price. And I want you guys to take this into consideration. We normally don't go this high in our price point, but you're getting almost 1,300 square feet for this price. And again, Miss Tammy and I are not realtors, so we don't represent anyone in any transaction. We're just touring homes. We're just tour guides. Okay, so you'd have to get your own realtor, your own legal representation, your own advice. We're not giving you real estate advice or anything. But this house, as we show it here in December 2025, right before the new year, this one is $239,900. So you're getting 1,262 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, plus you're getting that garage, which I don't think we've really ever even shown a house with a garage before. So it's a first for us. Doing a lot of firsts now, but we will show you some more tiny homes. We've got some on the docket for the end of this year, the first of New Year. And we'll get back into that groove as soon as we can, but we're just showing you some alternatives that you might consider when you have to spend all that money for land and prepping the land and getting ready to move a tiny house on it. Here's a 1/4 acre with a stick-built house on a slab, and you know, it's getting you in the same price range. So think about that.
And it backs up to some nice conservation property, it looks like.
Yeah, I think that's conservation. I'll show you if I can find a tract. And of course, you'll see a floor plan in this video. But the across the street, in the front of the house and the back of the house, I don't think they're going to be built for a long time, or maybe not. It may be conservation area. I have not completely researched that. The realtor indicated that it's probably not going to be, but you can't guarantee anything down the road. Somebody comes along and drops enough money, somebody will sell stuff. So that's the way it goes. But again, Christy Basinger, Right Now Real Estate, and you've got a tour from Mr. Chubby and Mrs. Tammy. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next house tour. And stay tuned for a little special message from our beautiful granddaughter, and we'll see you on the next house, guys.
Bars hang you just fine.